evening and welcome to this edition of News Leader on 6. Today is Tuesday, November the 2nd, 2021. I'm Andrew Todd. In tonight's news, the Tullahoma Wildcats complete their second undefeated season in a row. We have senior night from the cheerleaders and junior ROTC, and the junior ROTC received another merit award soon afterwards. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's News Leader on 6.
I feel like we're safe at Parkview.
There's somebody on staff all the time. So if you need help, help is there.
We are surrounded with people that are looking after us and taking care of us.
The staff is wonderful and always available. We feel so safe and secure here.
I feel safe at Parkview all the time.
I was skeptical about getting the COVID-19 vaccine. There are a lot of opinions being shared. But I had the chance to talk with my doctor about my concerns. He told me the vaccines are backed by decades of research, and that the vaccines are proven safe and effective. Now I'm protected and ready to put this pandemic behind us. Join the millions of Tennesseans who have decided to give COVID-19 vaccines a shot. Visit covid19.tn.gov to find an appointment today.
Welcome back. The Tullahoma Wildcats defeated Glencliff on Friday night 49-0 to complete their second undefeated regular season. Coach Olive spoke to News Leader's John Gray about the decisive win during Saturday's fifth quarter show.
Glencliff last night, where the Tullahoma Wildcats secured a 10-0 regular season record for the second year in a row, Coach.
Which is the first time that that's been done.
Congratulations.
By Tullahoma High School players in the sport of football. So, my hat's off. I told the kids last night after the ball game, my hat's off to them. And we're really a different football team than we were last year. Especially if you look at the defensive side of the ball. We were built last year, speed all the way across the board. This year's defense doesn't have nearly the speed as last year's defense, but they have played just as well.
Yeah.
It's Coach Sisk and the rest of the defensive coaches, Coach Johnson and Coach Searcy and Coach Goodman and Jared Olive have all revamped and getting the same success, and has a lot to do with the Jimmies and Joes. The Jimmies and Joes are just good football players, and get them in position where they got a chance, and they take advantage of it.
And they're all to me, watching those young men come in and out of the situation, onto the field, off the field, around each other after the game. They're brothers in battle. I mean, that is as much of a team effort as I've seen in a long time. And you have good teams. You have good players. These guys are good. There's some really good players. There's some. I think every one of our starting bunch is above. They're above average players.
Yes.
But you put them all together and how they depend on one another and trust one another. They're a great football team.
That's what makes them unique. We talked about it earlier with our young men that. We don't have anybody playing for us right now that's going to get a shot to go play in the SEC. ACC, probably not either, or any other of the Power Fives. We got one player that's right there on the recruiting line of that. But we just don't have them. But what we do have is a bunch of really good high school athletes that fit together, and they complement each other really well, which makes them a really, really good football team. And, I think that as we go through looking back over this season, that's what we'll see. And last night's a prime example. A reporter out of Nashville wanted some stats from me on who was our individual star. Well, we scored 7 touchdowns last night, and they were all scored by different people.
In the first quarter?
In the first quarter.
7 touchdowns.
And
never threw the ball one time.
Keyshawn Cummings carried the ball one time last night. It was a touchdown, 30-something yard run, touchdown. If we'd left Keyshawn in there, he could have had 300 yards. But anyway, we had fun last night. A lot of players got to play. Everybody that dressed got a chance, and that included the freshmen that had decided to move up from the freshman team. Got a chance to play last night, and it's good to be able to have that happen. And you know, my hat's off also to Glencliff. We've been there. We've been in those 0-10 seasons, and they're actually going through a little bit rougher than we were. They're having a hard time just competing. So from that standpoint, my hat's off to Coach Passion and his people for completing the season. It's tough. It's not an easy thing to do. And
you know, we traveled well. The fan support for the Tullahoma Wildcat football team is great. The travel support is great. You know, we probably had 5 times the fans that they had, and it was senior night for them.
Right.
And their little facility looked good. The field looked great.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just, I was really respectful in a way and proud of them just for staying on the field, because they were wanting to play ball too, and all of our young players, like you said, got in, and at that point there was some, you know, there was not another score.
Right.
And those young people of ours, I heard them when they were walking out, and I heard them talking to each other, you know, just like they were starters. Man, I you know, that guy held me, and they had more fun. And it's great to see those young ones be able to get into a game like that on a Friday night and know what it feels like to be out there competing. And
it's just good.
It was wonderful.
You practice all week long. You like to have a chance to play on Friday night, and everybody got a chance last night. I'm sure the receivers would have liked it if we'd thrown the ball a little bit, but wasn't one of those situations. So
well,
it was a good night, though.
Yeah, it was a great night.
Their kids were having fun trying to compete against our
right.
other kids. He knew that we weren't putting our first group back in.
Right.
And so it was pretty evenly matched from that point on, and especially with us not throwing the football at all. They started blitzing 8 or 9 guys. And
but they were having fun.
They were having fun. Everybody was having fun playing. So that's all that mattered.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
MacArthur Manor Assisted Living is passionate about creating better experiences for our Manchester seniors. Our residents describe us in a few words.
Welcoming.
When you walk through the doors at MacArthur Manor, we'll treat you like family.
Caring.
Through high standards of personalized care, we help residents live life to its fullest.
Engaging.
With a wide range of life-enriching activities, there is something for everyone at MacArthur Manor. With our residents and staff now vaccinated, call us today to schedule your safe and personalized tour.
The Bookshelf in Tullahoma is the fundraising arm of the Coffee County Literacy Council. Since 1988, the Literacy Council's goal and purpose has been to support and promote adult basic education in Coffee County. We enable individuals to complete their high school equivalency exam, which helps them get better jobs or continue into higher education. The Bookshelf at 114 Southwest Atlantic Street in Tullahoma is where we sell used books which are donated to us by the community. Come see us, bring your books to donate, and join us as you find every genre of books that you can imagine.
Welcome back. At last week's senior night at Tullahoma High School, the senior Tullahoma Wildcat cheerleaders were honored.
Faith Banks, daughter of Jeremy and Keita Banks.
Did you just leave them alone? Yeah.
Madeline Bobo, daughter of Andy and Claire Bobo.
Daisy's also there.
There's Jolene.
Abby Langham, daughter of Joel and Kathy Langham. Amy Pham, daughter of Linda Pham and John Lee.
They're down there right now.
Paris Pless. Daughter of Joe and Karen Pless. Megan Smith, daughter of Nathan and LaDonna Smith. Mary Catherine Stroop, daughter of Jeff and Jody Stroop. Ansley Vaughn, daughter of Richard and Laura Vaughn. Addie White, daughter of Laura White and Sherman White.
Also at senior night, the seniors of the junior ROTC members were honored.
Cadet Captain Tristan Bunch, son of Brian Bunch and Sarah Kenyon. Cadet Lance Corporal Elijah Brooks, son of Anthony Berry and Myosha Keith. Cadet Sergeant Gavin Cook, son of Maloney and Kevin Cook. Cadet Gunnery Sergeant Dale Fenner. Joining Gunnery Sergeant Fenner, Sergeant Major Richard Ramirez. Cadet Sergeant Austin Furch, son of Libby and Jay Good. Cadet Staff Sergeant Madeline Hamilton. Tammy and Hayden Hamilton. Cadet Staff Sergeant Gavin Jones, son of Jennifer Jones. Cadet First Lieutenant Colleen McCullough. Joined by Principal Jason Quick. Cadet First Sergeant Landon Suits, son of Kelly and Jeremy Suits. Cadet Sergeant Deacon Wilson, son of Cynthia Wilson. Cadet Lance Corporal Savoy Winter. Son of Larry and Jackie Winter.
Oh, that's your screen?
We'll be right back with more news after these messages.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. It's a Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
Welcome back. The annual Eli Grow Foundation's Run, Walk, and Ruck event is this Saturday. THS head football coach told News Leader's John Gray all about it.
Eli Grow, Run, Walk, and Ruck this coming Saturday. Next Saturday, that'll be down at Tullahoma High School after the first playoff game. Following Saturday, that'll be a fundraiser for the Eli Grow Foundation.
That is correct. And we encourage, if you got children in school, especially elementary age children, what the foundation is trying to do, they're going to start providing some scholarships this year for outgoing seniors, but they're trying to build a facility that your child will have a chance to be able to go and work out in, and be a multi-sport area of training, because Eli, that's what he was doing, is he had gone on his own to Franklin to train with a personal trainer at a facility up there, because we don't have facilities like that here.
Right.
And what they would like to do is tie something in there with the high school. And so get a team together, go sponsor somebody, or I know I really need to get out and walk it, but I'll be here doing this show next Saturday.
Right.
And but I will, I'll sponsor a team to get out and be a part of something that's good for our community and is going to be great for our young kids. It's not going to be built while, if your child's a junior or senior in high school,
no.
It's not. It will not help them. But if I had a child that was in the second, third, or fourth grade, they will be the ones who benefit from this type of facility being in Tullahoma. And so anyway, hope you'll get out and support that and enjoy getting out and walking, running,
or rucking.
And rucking, that just means you got to carry a bunch of extra weight on your back. I carry mine on the front. But
Me too, Coach. Me too. And I tell you what, that's a great family and a great, and the thing about it is, if I'm not mistaken, Eli drew the plans and already has a plan that he had worked with somebody on of the design of this thing and how it's to be constructed. And so it's not like, well, what are we going to do? The plan's already there.
Yeah.
For the construction of it.
And it can be modded. What he had drawn is the center core of the facility, and there's some other things that are happening nowadays in the athletic world, so we may just end up with a covered outdoor area, but that's okay, because winter times are not that cold here. You just need something to keep you out of that rain that we get as we become the world's highest bog in the wintertime.
Big brown.
So there's some things.
Knoxville's big orange. We're big brown down here.
So anyway, it's a great cause. I hope you'll get out and enjoy the day with them. And I know they would appreciate your support.
We'll be right back with more News Leader after these messages.
My husband was diagnosed with a spinal infection. He lost his ability to swallow and the movement of his legs.
I couldn't turn over in bed, I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat.
They were just wonderful in the treatment and care they gave my husband.
I regained my mobility where I was able to go home.
It is miraculous.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
There's a lot of talk about the risks associated with the COVID-19 vaccine, but the reality is, it's safer than going for a run. Give it a shot. Find a free appointment today at covid19.tn.gov.
The individuals with dementia, those with Parkinson's, those that have maybe mobility issues, need caregivers. Well, those caregivers are 24 hours a day at home, and they never get a rest. And if they have to go to work, they're kind of out of luck. So that's why Trinity came into existence 25 years ago, to allow the caregivers to have a safe center where they could put their loved ones, know they would be well cared for, stimulated, fed good nutritious meals, have activities to their level, and then the caregiver can stop by and pick them up and go on home and have some continuity into their life.
Welcome back. Tullahoma High School's junior ROTC program received a high merit last Wednesday afternoon when THS was informed that it is now officially designated as a Naval Honor School. Program Director R.J. Altman wrote to THS in a letter, quote, "In recognition of exemplary performance during the previous 12 months, the Tullahoma High School Marine Corps Junior Reserve Officers Training Corps unit has been selected as a Naval Honor School in accordance with the reference. This distinction is bestowed upon your Marine Corps Junior ROTC for the 2020-2021 school year. You and your unit are to be congratulated for attaining this distinction. It is through the superior efforts of units such as yours that the Marine Corps Junior ROTC program's goals are being achieved. The Marine Corps is proud of you and your achievements, and we wish you continued success in all future Marine Corps Junior ROTC program efforts," end quote. After completing the 2020-21 school year, Tullahoma Senior Marine Instructor Colonel Jeffrey Johnson submitted his yearly required unit activity report. That information was turned over to the Headquarters Marine Corps Training and Education Command via the school's regional director. Following the submission, the regional director looked at all information and sent his recommendations to the national level for approval. Tullahoma cadets displayed an extreme amount of dedication and hard work to achieve this recent honor. Additionally, they also earned a full mission capable score on their most recent commanding and general's inspection, a top-to-bottom look at the program to evaluate the quality and effectiveness of students, instructors, program administration, and activities. THS Principal Jason Quick said, quote, "The work, effort, and amount of time that these cadets and instructors put in to make the Tullahoma Junior ROTC program shine is incredible. These cadets do so much for not only Tullahoma High School, but the community as well. A lot of what they do goes unseen and unnoticed by the public. This is an outstanding achievement, and I'm incredibly proud of these cadets and their instructors for this accomplishment," end quote. As a Naval Honor School, Tullahoma High School will now have the ability to nominate cadets to military service academies with a service-affiliated nomination. Only junior ROTC members can be selected for this distinction, and those students will have an increased chance of acceptance to schools like the U.S. Military Academy and Naval Academy. And don't forget to tune in to this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evenings at 6:30 p.m. This week's guests include Katie Ishii with the annual Toy Convoy. Winston Brooks will invite everyone out to the Think Tullahoma 2040 meetings coming up next week, and several cast members from the upcoming Sound of Music performance at South Jackson Civic Center. All that and more on this week's Living. And stay with us, we'll have your weather forecast right after these messages.
One thing about Parkview, we could bring our animal out there with us.
It would have been a deal breaker if we had not been able to take Gracie.
Yeah, we would not have gone.
If you want to do something, there's something to do most of the day.
You shouldn't get bored.
I really enjoy my life here at Parkview. I really choose what I want to do. We have a wonderful library with hundreds of books that I love. It is a wonderful place.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
Let me tell you about the toughest guy on earth. He does the work of 2 jobs, but only gets paid for one. He's tough enough to feed the man that gave him a lifetime of nourishment. He has the crazy strength to lift the man that raised him up without even flinching. That's right. No employee of the month bonus check here. This guy, this warrior, will always be by his father's side, even if his dad will hardly remember. Good luck finding a gym to train for that. If this guy isn't the toughest guy on the planet, then I don't know who is. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this date. Our record high was in 1961 at 83 degrees. The record low was in 1934 at 20 degrees. The average high for this day is 65 and the average low is 41. Mostly cloudy for tonight with a low of 37. Cloudy with rain moving in for Wednesday with a high of 49 and a low of 38, and a 30% chance of showers for Thursday with a high of 51 and a low of 33. And that's our News Leader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday evenings at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. for News Leader on 6. Stay safe and have a great night.